All right, hey everybody, thank you for joining us. You are actually visiting us on our very first episode of a series of episodes that we're going to do on the game Marvel Contest of Champions. And I do have a small crew with me here today, cameraman. We have Skip281. If you play Black Ops, you have gotten lit up by Skip281 if you have ever run into him. I've got Servant Sparrow, and he's actually going to be doing our gameplay for us and navigating as I kind of point to the screen. Now, I know that you can see that this is a kind of backwoods way of doing this. We don't have the proper equipment right now. Future episodes we will, but we had to get this thing together and we had to do it right now, and what really matters is the content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about today. What we're going to talk about today is specifically the arena, and not how to do the arena necessarily, but some of the tools that are built into the arena that will help you achieve the goals that we all are after in there, which is, of course, farming for gold. We want the battle chips, and, of course, the champions and the catalysts that are available in certain events. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into the arena. So we're going to go up here to menu and fight, and let's go ahead and bring focus in on the screen now, and thank you guys for being patient with us. Let me know, Skip, when that's good. We're good? Okay. Alright, so I'll try to keep my hand out of the way as much as possible. But what we're going to be using today, we're going to go into versus where the arenas are, and we'll go ahead and we're going to use our 3-star arena for the purposes of what we're going to do here. Let's go ahead and continue once more. Okay, so we went ahead and we already went through one series so that we could show you a couple things here real quick that might help you out if you haven't already noticed. But as you probably already know, if you want to revive, you can either touch the character or you can hit the and ask for help, or you can just touch that button right there and that will revive them. Okay, so that's done. Those are out of the way, and that basically allows your alliance to help you out by getting a faster recharge, a revive on those heroes or those champs. Okay, so as you guys I'm sure already know, when we grab a champ and we drop them over here, and let's go ahead and pull 2 more random ones. Okay, so now we have 3 selected, and if we were to hit find match, it's going to go try to find a match for us to fight. It will go find a match for us to fight, and that match is going to be based on certain factors. One of the factors is what's the rating of our champions that we've selected. Another factor is how far into the series are you. So what we want to do is we want to maximize the duration of our series. We want to get into those higher multipliers. I'm assuming you all know what I'm talking about. We want to get into the higher multipliers and stay there. So we want to put together the best possible combination with the champions that we have. So what I want to do is I want to point out a couple of things. First of all, let's go ahead and click on Colossus, and let's go and look at his info. Okay, I'm sure you guys have all been to this page, but what I want to focus on right now is synergy bonuses. Now, this shows that when Colossus is matched with, which one is this? Which one is this? Juggernaut, yeah. When he's matched with, sorry, the guys with the hoods, they all look the same to me. Anyway, when they're matched up, it gives the team, not just Juggernaut, not just Colossus, but the entire team, 5% critical hit rate. All right, so that's a cool thing. All right, so let's go ahead and close that. Now that's great to know, and if you can remember that every time, good for you. However, I'm not that good with my memory, so let's go back here. And the other way that we can see who he synergizes with is just by hitting on these boxes over here. Now what this does, and this is kind of a poor example because there's only one, so let's close this and just go right here into Superior. When you Oh, no, let's go back. Yeah, right, no, right here. Oh, okay, you're there. Okay, so now what we have is we actually have 3 different champions, and sometimes there will be 2 per category. Some of the ones that have a lot of synergy. But in this case, one of them that Superior synergizes with is Captain America. 5% critical hit rate increase. All right, but this champion has already been used in a previous fight, so he's not available. So let's go and let's check who is the next available. We have Thor. Thor is available, plus 3% perfect block chance. And then our last one that's available, which is not available because he is not even, I don't even have 2-star Daredevil. This particular Daredevil anyway. So we have 2 that are not available, 1 that is. Let's go ahead and go back to the one that is and drag him over and drop him in place of Storm. Okay, so now as you can see over here, we have some synergy on the team, and what we're basically picking up is a 3% perfect block chance, okay? Now, let's go ahead and close this, and I want to touch on the next point, and that is classification. As you already know, certain classes have advantage over other classes. I have found in my experience that if you have 3 different classes, you actually have a better chance of setting up an advantageous matchup with your opponents. The only time that ever backfires, ever really, is if your opponent goes with all 3 of the same, which is a really risky move. But anyway, what I like to do though is I like to make sure that, and especially when I have a lot of champions to select from, I can always do that. I like to make sure that the classification is different. So in this case, we already have these 2 here. We know that Superior Iron Man, the other 2, he can't synergize with right now because they're not available. So let's go ahead and let's reset this. Let's go to Thor. Actually, no, over here. And Doctor Strange is not available in this arena. And we have Iron Man. Now, Iron Man we know is a tech. So let's go ahead and bring him over and drop him in where Mr. Superior was. Okay, so now we have 2 out of 3 that are synergizing. You see what we're doing here. We can continue with this, but it's not necessary. I just wanted to make sure that you got the point. Good idea to have different classifications and always use this tool right here. It not only will save you a lot of time, but it will set you up in an advantageous position. So let's go ahead and close this, and let me see, is there anything else that I was going to cover? I think that's pretty much what I wanted to touch on in this first session. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing a series on these. We're going to bring you a lot more information. This is just scratching the surface. Gods of Marvel, the alliance that I belong to, there are some very experienced, very accomplished, very technically savvy players in that alliance, and I feel very privileged to be a part of it. And these guys and gals, they feed me all kinds of information that you guys are going to find just amazing and extremely helpful, and who doesn't want to better their game? So anyway, in closing, thank you very much. If you want to help us out, then give us a like, follow us if you want to. We'd love to have you, and we want your feedback. So if there are specific things that you want to talk about tactics in the arena, you want to talk about setting up different teams for quest alliance quests and so forth, be happy to help you guys out with that as well. Anyway, good night, God bless, and enjoy the game.